Well, Connected Nation is partnering with rural counties in West Texas to come up with a plan to improve access to broadband in the area. The initiative uses research to identify opportunities for digital equity. Joining us now is Connected Nation Community Technology Advisor Tom Stephenson. Tom, tell us about Connected Nation's community engagement program and what it does for the local town.
Sure. Basically, what we do is we provide structured and comprehensive research to understand broadband technology landscape for a community or a town. Basically, what we do is we come in and work with the local community leaders and help them get their arms around the issue of broadband. What we do is we use research to identify the challenges and opportunities for broadband expansion and also digital equity. And then from there, we look, and we not only look at broadband access, but we also look at how it's the adoption, how it's adopted in community, and also how it's used. And when I say used by the schools, local government, the businesses. And from there, what we do is we help develop a community-specific technology action plan with some recommended actions, and we encourage the community to take a look at some of these recommended actions and some actions that they create for themselves, and create what we call priority projects and start working on some of the low-hanging fruit based on the findings.
Tom, what have you learned about rural communities across the country and their use or need for broadband?
Well, I've been doing this for about 6 years now, and when we first started 5 or 6 years ago, broadband adoption, the adoption rate in the rural communities wasn't as high. It was probably in the mid-40s. And now, and with all our local research, and I work in, rural Michigan, rural Ohio, and rural Texas, what we're finding is the adoption rate has increased to about 60-65%. And the rural communities are now seeing more and more value to broadband and how it connects them to the outside world. And in a lot of cases, they're looking at this as a way to help the community survive long term. They're looking at how to leverage it. They're looking at things like teleworkers, where some of the children, instead of leaving the small rural communities, they can stay there, work for larger companies, and still maintain that community fabric. So the value they're finding is much greater than what it was before.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you very much for joining us. Again, Connected Nation Community Technology Advisor Tom Stephenson on the phone with us from Washington, D.C.